Spring is here! Let's get planting. Today is March 20th, and it is unseasonably warm here in the western United States. I live in Wyoming at an altitude of 6,800 feet, and it is currently 75 degrees. That is about 30 degrees above normal. So, since it's been such a mild season, I'm going to get a head start on my garden. We're going to start today with some cool season veggies. Red onions, yellow onions, some Japanese turnips, and peas. Most people will tell you it is foolish to start your garden now in March in Wyoming. Some years, this spot should be under snow. Not this year. We've hardly gotten any snow. I started to get a clue that I might be able to start planting because these green onions from last year are already growing. So is this garlic which I planted last October. This parsley overwintered and saw a low of down to 7 degrees, and is now starting to grow again. Don't go pick an arbitrary date on the calendar like this bloke. It's more important to go by soil temperature, which is something I was told by some longtime gardeners in this community. That don't go off the calendar, go off your soil temperature. Right now, it is 8:30 in the morning. The sun has not started to hit these raised beds out here in my backyard at all. Let's see what the temperature runs. I've got the probe wire running right down here into the ground. You should have it down at least 2 inches to make sure you're getting an accurate reading. The current soil temperature is 41.1 degrees. This temperature will rise quickly as today the temperatures are expected to be in the low 70s, and these are raised beds made of metal which will heat quickly. I think the conditions are ready. We're starting with these because it's not going to stay at 75 degrees. Inevitably, it will cool down. I'm still going to see some nights in the 20s, most likely. And these things, even when they sprout, should do just fine. I came back and measured it again around 12:15. That soil temperature had risen to about 50 degrees when I put it way down there. 3 inches or something like that. But only down about an inch, it was more like 60 degrees. So that should help these crops to quickly germinate and start doing well. This back fence area will be a great place for these peas. I'm going to set up a trellis right here for them to climb up as they get bigger. And right here, this is the back fence. There's nothing behind it. So those peas, as they get taller, they won't shade out anything. I'm also going to be placing some turnips here in front of the peas. If you've never planted peas before, you should put them in rows about 6 inches apart and plant each seed about 2 inches apart within that row. Hopefully you can see these. They kind of blend in with the soil just a little bit. But I can set up a trellis right in between these. They'll climb and they'll do just fine. There wasn't much to show you with the turnips. I simply just planted them in a row. The seeds are super small and they blend in with the soil, so you wouldn't be able to see them. But when they do come up, you should thin the turnips a little bit so you get proper bulbing. These are onion sets. When planting onions, plant them about 3 inches apart in rows that are, 4 inches apart or so. It is not an exact science, but give them plenty of room. Make sure when you're planting the onion, you plant them the top up. This is the bottom, and this is the top. It can be a little confusing, but make sure you plant the bottom down. And planting them this early is actually a really good idea because onions develop the bulbing part that we eat. They develop that mass as the day length gets longer. Right now it's March, so the spring equinox. So this is a great time. We'll start producing leaves and greenery, and as the days start really getting longer into May and June, then it will produce the bulbs that are so tasty to eat. Last year, because I had to get this garden in a little later, I didn't plant my onions until around late May, maybe it was even June 1st, I can't remember. But I planted them late and I got really small onions. So planting them now, or maybe even in April, would be better so you get better growth and better bulbing. Well, that wraps it up, folks. I don't plan on making a complete planting guide for everything I put in my garden, but I did want to start with these, mostly because putting things out in my garden on March 20th in Wyoming is kind of a test. Let's see if it works.
Thank you so much for watching, and join us next time as we grow within the shadows of the everlasting hills.
If you like this video, please subscribe and like.